They won't bother you any longer.
What were you doing rushing in like that?
You're in trouble. You needed help.
Well, thank you for all you did.
You shouldn't ride alone in these parts.
I'll remember the warning.
Lucas is my name. You are...
Eleanor Gray of Covington Cross.
It was fate our meeting, Eleanor Gray. Only yesterday, I was but my father's apprentice to become a blacksmith. This morning, I ventured forth to pursue my inclination.
And what would your inclination be?
To become a knight, of course.
A knight?
Shingles this past winter left me a little underweight, but I assure you, what's left of me is exceptional.
I'll take your word for it. Well, it certainly was an adventure bumping into you, Sir Lucas. Goodbye. Are you all right?
Yes, of course. But you may not be. Those men, it could have been murder they had in mind. No, if they wanted to kill you, they'd have done it straight away. Same with the robbery.
Good. I'm safe then.
Kidnapping? Yes, that has to be it.
You're daft.
You must believe me. Your life depends on it.
My life depends on picking up my brothers in the village. I've kept them waiting far too long already. Well, goodbye, Lucas. Yeah, get out!
These plans are complete now. I do hope Sir Thomas approves.
Oh, it's but a small renovation, my lady. I'm sure he'll be quite pleased.
Well, it's just that he entrusted me so completely to oversee the design. Some things I fear he might not be comfortable with.
Isn't it just like a woman to be late?
Eleanor's rarely late.
That's only because she's not really like an ordinary woman.
Your perception of the female gender is truly profound, brother.
So true. What amazes me is how so many men can be so easily led by their obvious manipulations. Isn't that right, Cedric?
Yes. The lady.
How kind. You've been riding for 3 days, Sybil, and I do believe this is the handsomest man from here to the sea. Don't you agree? Oh, yes. And I'd wager you're the strongest, too.
More than likely, yes.
Then would you mind helping me with my trunks?
It'd give me the greatest pleasure. Cedric Gray at your service.
Cedric Gray? You're Cedric?
I see my reputation precedes me. I assure you not a word of it is true. Well, perhaps the part about my castle.
Your castle?
Covington Cross?
I would very much like to see your castle.
You would? First tell me what the name is of one so enchanted.
Richard!
Richard?
I can't believe my eyes.
You all know each other.
Cedric was just telling me about the castle he owns.
Was he? Well, in that case, we should show it to you as soon as possible.
Excellent. Just excellent.
Do you really like it?
Of course I do. A larger solar and you here to oversee the construction.
Oh, your servant, my lord.
Very good, very good. Thank you.
Well, we can begin by removing this wall.
Oh, yes, your ladyship.
That wall?
Yes. Is there a problem?
No, it's just I wasn't aware the renovations involved disrupting.
Anne's chambers.
It's behind that wall.
Yes, I know. Would you excuse us? Thank you. The enlargement of the solar is best accomplished in this manner.
But all her things are there.
Well, we can carefully box her things up. Thomas, her room hasn't been touched in 8 years. Put the past behind you. Behind us.
That's not the issue.
Well, it is the issue if you allow irrational sentiment to become the master of reason.
Why don't we rethink the plans?
Thomas, do you know, I sometimes get the feeling that you expect Anne to get up out of her grave and walk through that door. Thomas.
Good Lord.
It's so good to see you again.
Oh. Will someone please tell me who this lovely lady is? Your Aunt Brittany. Your mother's sister, Cedric.
Aunt Brittany.
I can't tell you how lonely I've been on that contemptible island. 16 years, just me and my husband. And most of that time he was away on business. Of course, if I had all of you handsome gentlemen on that island, I'm sure I would have been quite happy indeed.
Jealous of your plans, Lady Brittany?
Yes, you must be ripe for a little amusement.
Indeed, I'm looking forward to pursuing life at court. Is it very exciting, Thomas?
Life is far more exciting right here at Covington Cross.
Very true.
Absolutely.
The harvest celebration at Lord Hazelmere's is only a few days away.
It's the event of the season.
You must stay for it.
But my trunks are on their way to London. I'll have nothing to wear.
There are clothes here already, in Mother's chambers.
Yes. Yes, excellent.
Then I don't seem to have a good enough excuse to refuse.
Splendid.
I'll have the maids prepare a room for you. Eleanor, why don't you pick some flowers for Lady Brittany's room?
Of course.
Tilden, more wine.
Had you a fruitful harvest this year, Thomas?
Yes, quite enough to have reason to celebrate. I'm so happy you decided to stay for the festival. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time.
Come out of there.
It's me. It's me.
Lucas,
I was in the area.
you're in the area a lot.
I was worried those men will come back for you.
I have 3 brothers, Lucas. I'll be fine.
You don't think I can protect you.
That's not true.
The knighthood is my destiny, Eleanor.
I'm sure it is, but I don't want you to follow me anymore. I'm afraid I might kill you while you're trying to save me.
But...
No, I mean it. And that's final. Goodbye, Lucas.
All right, then. Goodbye, Eleanor Grey. You've seen the last of me.
Anne had so many exquisite things. Have you ever seen so many beautiful dresses?
Certainly not in those trunks you have on the way to London. Bit of a fib, that, wasn't it, my lady?
We can't have Sir Thomas knowing I'm penniless, can we? This one? What about this? I can't choose.
You're getting that look you get in your eyes, Lady Brittany. You know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean at all, Sybil.
The last time I saw Brittany, she just married. Anne didn't approve of her choice. Can't say I did either. But my memories of her were always fond ones. She and Anne were so close.
I've done something wrong, haven't I?
No, no, don't worry. It's a difficult time for Sir Thomas.
I had no idea. I feel so...
You had no way of knowing. His wounds are of a long time healing, and well, just recently it's been more on his mind than usual.
What do I do?
Come and sit down. I'm sure he'll be back.
Of course I'll be back. There. Perfect.
I must confess I find it bittersweet being here, Thomas. My sister's home without my sister, and yet its beauty is so breathtaking, it almost overtakes the melancholy.
You've seen only the smallest portion. Elizabeth and I will show you the rest tomorrow.
Oh, I have construction plans to reconsider. I'm afraid you're on your own.
Then I must warn you, I've been known to get lost on occasion. It's a large place.
Tell me, Lady Brittany, how long has it been since you were widowed?
8 weeks tomorrow.
How much I admire you. You're handling your grief so well.
Oh, a cover, I'm afraid. My heart still breaks.
And you're quite sensible not to wear mourning clothes. An arcane practice, if ever there was one.
My late husband was quite explicit with his last wishes. He said he didn't want me to squander my youth in mourning.
Quite sensible.
Well, if I'm to face the builders first thing in the morning, I must away to my bed. Good night, Lady Brittany.
Good night.
Thomas?
It's been a long day. I shall say good night as well. When we were children, Mother used to tell us that when pearls are worn, they have the power to link two hearts together. It was her hint at Father. He never took the bait. Oh, she would have been happy knowing that someone in the family finally got to wear pearls.
You must keep them.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
It would give me much pleasure to see you wearing them. Please.
I don't know what to say. I shall treasure them. Always.
What you're telling me is that not only did Eleanor escape, but she sliced your arm as well. It was bad luck.
Will we try to get her again?
Fife, I have spent the better part of a year waiting for an opportunity to repay Sir Thomas for the death of my son. I'm certainly not going to stop now.
It would be easier to kill her.
Not as emotionally satisfying, Tilden. If you've gone to all the bother to knife someone in the back, you might as well twist the dagger. And once Eleanor is hidden, and Sir Thomas begins his quest, I'll make certain He always has just enough knowledge of her whereabouts to make him think that he might just find her. And then I'll move her again. Rollicking and fun, eh?
So when do we seize her?
Well, she'll be on her guard now. And with whatever that thing is protecting her, could prove difficult. We need a place where she will be totally surprised. It's where no one would even suspect anything so bold might happen.
Lord Hazelmere's Harvest Festival.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
The first time I met your sister, your father brought her round here for approval. All eyes were on us. I was young, awkward, and it showed, I'm afraid.
I can't imagine you ever being awkward.
Anne asked to see the gardens. It was our first moment alone. Then she confessed that she felt nervous too.
And it was then you fell in love with her?
Yes.
Oh, Thomas. I'm a perfectly dreadful woman.
Why? What's the matter?
You've been so wonderful to me. I don't deserve such kindness.
Brittany, please, stop crying and tell me what's the matter.
I'm not fit to wear these. You see, I'm a terrible liar. I led you to believe that Waldemar left me quite well off, but he really left me in the poorhouse. I haven't a farthing to my name.
Is that all you're worried about?
Isn't that enough? Aren't you angry?
I could never be angry with you, Brittany. And certainly not for lack of money. You're part of the family. You will always have a home, Brittany. I will see to that.
I don't know how I'll ever be able to thank you.
You can start by putting these back on.
Anne was right. You are the most wonderful man in the world.
I'm telling you what I saw.
You're making more out of it than there was.
Father's love life is none of our business.
What if Aunt becomes our new mother? From the moment she arrived, she's made her way into Father's favour. Not to mention Mother's dresses and jewellery.
Why do you always take the negative view of things?
She cares more for what Father owns than Father.
Well, if that's what you believe, you'd better tell him.
Yes, perhaps I should.
Well, I'm sure he'll see your point immediately and come round to your way of thinking.
Precisely.
Prepare to die!
He'll never take me alive.
Stop! Stop!
Oh, no!
We're not trying to hurt Eleanor.
We're not? Oh, all right, we're not.
These are my brothers.
Oh.
I can do it myself.
Lucas.
I know. You wish I'd leave you alone.
Where'd you get that armor? The kitchen.
Thomas?
Thomas.
I can't imagine any other way I'd rather be spending a beautiful spring morning.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I remember when I was courting your sister. On Sundays, the young men in the county would race our boats to Allington Tree, just up ahead.
And you would win, of course.
Of course. Anne would act as if she wasn't enjoying herself. Say she was just ballast. But I knew with her there, I could summon the strength of 1,000 sailors.
My lady?
He was supposed to be here long ago. Oh, well, I'm sure he'll arrive at any moment.
I think not, my lady. One of my men saw Sir Thomas boating on the river with... I think it'll be a while.
It was the only place we could find where we could be alone.
And what would you do all afternoon?
We would, converse.
About what?
This and that.
You mean this? And that?
Or like this. Covington Cross will be back in a moment. What do you think you're doing?
Now, children. The master of Lord Hazelmere's guard deserves some respect. We've come seeking assistance on a small matter. Well, trivial, really. I'm sure you'll be most helpful.
What do you want?
His Lordship's Harvest Festival is something I look forward to with anticipation every year. Such a gala event. It's just a shame that it has to be marred by the presence of so many guards. Puts a damper on my mood. After all, who would try and disrupt a harvest festival anyway?
My oath charges me to protect Lord Hazelmere and his guests, Baron Mullins.
I think this is a fair price for your oath, Kilburn. You choose whether to take it or leave it. If you take it, we'll continue our discussion. If you leave it, we'll be on our way. After I gut you.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
You missed our appointment yesterday, Thomas.
I was showing Lady Brittany the grounds, and time caught up with me. Please forgive me.
Thomas, is there anything I should be worried about?
Of course not. Of course not.
You would tell me if there were.
Nothing has changed between us.
What are you doing?
I believe it's called an ambush.
You weren't even close.
Don't you think I know that? This proves I need a teacher. I need you. You insulted and embarrassed me in front of Eleanor. What kind of knight are you, anyway? Knights are supposed to help people.
In my own way, I am.
I have the courage of 1,000 knights. If only I had a little training, I know I could be really good. I've heard you're the best. If anyone can teach me, you can. I beg of you, help me.
Come on. Don't take all day. Go on.
Aren't men ridiculous?
Why are men so desperate to hang on to their youth? It's a futile quest.
Futility lies in questing after a woman's heart they can never own.
Or the heart of one who no longer exists. We'd be well off without them. There's a thought.
Wouldn't the world be glorious without them?
Well, we'd certainly be finished with Crusades, boring conversations, all that dirty armor in the bedrooms. Of course, we'd have trouble opening the drawbridges.
And shoeing horses.
Slaughtering animals. But we could always live on vegetables.
We'd gain so much in return. And think an end to their impassioned pleading for our feminine favors.
Actually, some of my fondest memories are filled with impassioned pleading. And what followed.
Well, I fear it will never stop.
I fear it already has.
Sybil? Sybil, are you in? Lady Elizabeth, how are you today?
Well, I certainly won't envy you.
What do you mean?
Don't you realize you'll never be loved for yourself? When you speak, he won't hear your voice, but Anne's. It'll never be you he holds. It'll be Anne. And when he's in his deepest passion, it'll be Anne's name he cries out, not yours.
Your words betray your desperation, Lady Elizabeth.
Oh, I'm sure you know quite a lot about desperation, Lady Brittany. You're not looking for a husband to love. You're looking for a roof over your head.
Had enough?
No.
Remember, a man's strength is his weakness, and his weakness is his strength. My large size means I can make crushing blows, but at the same time I leave myself vulnerable to attack. It just takes one hit to knock a man down. Again. Now, you weren't listening.
My weakness is I'm a runt. Since I'm small, I can come in for the lower blows.
Father, I think it's time we talked about Aunt Brittany.
What about Aunt Brittany?
You gave her mother's dresses.
This is true.
And then her pearls.
They were mine to give.
Yes, but you gave these things to Mother because you loved her and because she loved you.
I don't want to hear any more of this.
You gave these things to Aunt Brittany because she reminds you of Mother.
I think you haven't been spending enough time in prayer. Perhaps the friar can teach you about charity. I've obviously failed.
She doesn't love you.
Now would be a good time. Elizabeth? What's wrong? Where are you going?
I'm leaving.
Why?
Thomas, I can put up with a lot, but please don't treat me like a fool. You know why I'm leaving.
Elizabeth! I have hurt one whom I care about so deeply. And yet I can't seem to stop certain feelings that come so intensely. I don't know quite what to do, Friar. What do I do?
Not that I would know much about the situation that you find yourself in. Not that I would know what the situation is that you find yourself in, because I don't. And you certainly haven't said, and certainly I haven't presumed to... These things, Sir Thomas, have a way of working themselves out in the most mysterious fashion. You must follow your heart, for it will eventually show you the way. That heart which has been so unruly up to now will eventually agree to a meeting of the mind, which will, in the most surprising way, give you an answer so true, you'll be astonished you hadn't seen it before.
Where are we going? Where are you taking me?
It's up to you now.
I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if I can do it.
You can do it, Lucas. But maybe this will help. My first set.
I don't know what to say.
Say you won't get any holes in it.
I won't let you down, Armus. Your sister will be defended from her kidnappers with all my abilities.
You're serious about the kidnapping? I thought it was just a ruse to stay near her.
I speak the truth, Armus. Besides, hoofprints don't lie. Look at your horse. Every blacksmith has his own technique. The angle of the nail, the turn of the shoe. So, when I found the same sort of prints all over Covington Cross, it hit me like a thunderstrike. Whoever shoed the kidnapper's horse shoes all the horses of Covington Cross, and those horses only.
But that means Eleanor's kidnapper is either a member of the family or a servant. No, it's impossible. All our servants are of unquestioned loyalty.
I think with enough gold, almost any man could change loyalties. And besides, whoever's ultimately behind this is very wealthy, very cunning, and very angry with Eleanor or your father.
What news, Tilden?
Well, the captain of the guard was most cooperative. Tomorrow sees Eleanor in your hands.
Yes. Good work, Tilden. I just love a good party, don't you?
I'm so excited, Thomas.
Thomas Gray.
My lord?
Are you looking forward to the dancing as much as I am?
Good to see you, Sir Thomas. Now the celebration can really begin.
Lord Hazelmere, may I present Lady Brittany?
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
She's Mother's sister.
It's a beautiful party, Lord Hazelmere. I'm honored to be here. Everyone is dressed so beautifully.
You have a certain way with words, brother.
You handled that really well.
I've never been so embarrassed.
What did I say?
Mullins. Baron John Mullins.
Yes, my lord. Of course.
Have all of the important guests arrived yet?
Yes. Yes.
We certainly have cause for celebration this year, Lord Hazelmere. I can't remember when the harvest has been this good.
Lord Hazelmere. Wonderful evening. Imagination itself could not conjure a scenario as exciting as this.
Shall we dance?
Let's save it for later. There are so many people to meet. And this glorious food.
Yes, of course. Why, if it isn't the fair and beautiful Eleanor, would you favor me with a dance?
You have me at a disadvantage. Take off your mask and maybe I will.
We're very dear and old friends. You wound me by not recalling. May I offer my lady some refreshment while we negotiate the terms of our dance?
The intensity of her appeal never ceases to amaze me.
No.
No? Roger of Cambury?
Oh, no.
What are you doing? Where are we going? Take your hand off of me! Let go of me! Tilden, why?
Release that woman!
Be careful, Lucas.
Are you all right? So, does this mean I can be your knight protector?
All right. But just for one evening. Then you have to find someone else to watch over. Agreed?
Agreed. But whoever she is, she'll never be as beautiful as you.
Oh, Lucas.
I don't know about you, but I'm about to collapse. Let's get something to eat.
A messenger, my lady, has just arrived.
A messenger?
From Covington Cross. He brought you this.
Put it over there.
The messenger awaits your response.
Send him away. I have no intention of opening it today. Or ever, for that matter.
Yes, my lady.
A wall.
Where are you going?
Boating. I've never been. I think it's time.
It's one of my greatest pleasures.
Yes, I know.
Will you be going alone?
That depends.
On what?
On whether you're coming with me or not.
Covington Cross will be back in a moment.